Okay, is it visible? PPT is visible to you? Hello? Hello? Visible. Okay, fine. Okay, in the previous class we were discussing how to use a Smith chart to find the length of the stub, length of the short circuited stub to implement a inductor and a capacitor. So here is a short circuited stub design using a Smith chart. Short circuited stub design using Smith chart. Stubs means it's a short circuited transmission line. Short circuited transmission line is called as a stub, and not only short, open circuited transmission line also called as stub. Okay, so here what we discussed in the earlier class, how to implement a short circuited stub, to implement a inductor and a capacitor, how to find the length of this stub, to find a to implement a required value of inductor. Okay, that we studied in the earlier class. So it is easy to find using a Smith chart instead of using equation. So just for a given component value, whatever it is, find the reactance, equivalent reactance, and divide that by a characteristic impedance, get the normalized reactance. So for in the earlier class, as it is discussed, for this to implement a 2.2 nanohenry at 6 gigahertz, we got 1.784, that is a normalized reactance. So to get the value of reactance, what is the length of this transmission line? Okay, because this transmission line input impedance varies here. It can be used as an inductor. This transmission line can be used as a inductor between the two terminals. See, this is looking into this terminals, it behaves like an inductor. See, like this is, we can take this part of the line, whatever it is the length, can be replaced by a inductor. Okay, inductor means there are different type of inductors are there, wire wound inductors are there, transformers are there, there are different type of inductors are there. What we wanted, the effect must be between these two terminals. If the effect is in inductor, whatever it may be, this part of the one, what we are looking, it should be inductor. So inductor can be implemented by using this transmission line also. So that inductor, based on the inductor value, this length only we have to choose. So how to get the value, this length based on the inductor value, that we studied in the earlier class. Okay, two example we studied how to implement 2.2 nanohenry 6 gigahertz. Velocity of the light, velocity of the wave is 0.6 times c. That one problem we discussed, and another problem, the one we discussed is 1 nanohenry. Okay, how to implement 1 nanohenry at a character using a transmission line whose characteristic impedance is 50 ohm and operating at 3 gigahertz, but air filled line, it is a air filled line. So velocity is same as a velocity in light, and the wavelength is also same as a free space wavelength. So this problem also we discussed, how to get the length of the line. Okay, for a given value of inductor. So this inductor value you have to take, and we have to find out the equivalent reactance. So like this is a equivalent reactance, but we want a normalized reactance. We divide this by this value 50, that is a Z0 here, we got this. And this to get this value of reactance, what is the length of the line? So we have to, because we are using a short circuited transmission line, so you should start from here and move towards the generator. See, like this, move from here, move towards the generator. Whenever your required value of reactance is reached, stop. See, like this, 0.37, we reached here 0.37. Okay, this is 0.4, this is a 3 here, 0.3 here, so it is 0.37 here. We stopped here. Okay, and we found the distance from this short circuited point to here. That is the length, that 5.66 mm we got, 5.7 from the equation we got 5.7, from this Smith chart we got a 5.66. Maybe I error, we may not exactly get a 5.7, but 5.66 is the same as 5.7. Okay, so this we got length of the line, so you can easily obtain this. Okay, this is for inductor. These two problems we discussed by taking inductor, and a short circuited stub. Okay, this is a short. Now we will see one more problem, how to implement a capacitor. Okay, how to implement a capacitor. Okay, using shorted stub. This is a shorted stub again. Okay, to again you have to find out the length of the line to provide that particular value of capacitor. Okay, to do that, you see here, is it audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay. So, create a short stub line which will act as an equivalent capacitance of C is equal to 0.51 picofarad. Okay, short stub, you should carefully read short, you should read this because we can implement capacitance using open stub also. Whichever asked in the examination, you should use that. Okay, here it is asked short stub. Okay, short stub line which will act an equivalent capacitance of 0.59 picofarad. Given which transmission line we are supposed to use, that transmission line must be have a characteristic impedance of 50 ohm, operating at 3 gigahertz, and air filled line again. Air filled line, velocity and wavelength are same as in the free space. Okay, so lambda calculate for this 3 gigahertz, it is 100 mm, 100 mm. But the question is, you have to implement capacitance. Okay, not inductor. So reactance again, here is reactance, we should find out a reactance. Jxc, see here is a Jxc, that is 1 by j omega c. Normalized reactance we have to find out, but here capacitance means xc here 1 by j omega c, that is minus 1 minus j by omega. So you can write this j by j square, multiply and divide this by j. We will be getting j here, here is a j square. J square means minus 1, so we can write like this, minus j by omega c, and omega is a 2 pi f. Okay, now substituting this 2 pi f, 2 pi 3 into 10 to power 9 because 3 gigahertz, and capacitor value 0.59 picofarad. Pico means 10 to the power minus 12. Question is implement 0.59 picofarad. Okay, so 0.59 into 10 to the power minus 12, and you simplify this. Okay, you will be getting minus j 89.9, 89.9 this value. Do it, okay, in your calculator, whatever the value you get, you put it here. 89 approximately comes 89.9. Okay, now this is a xa unnormalized, get a normalized value. Normalized value means you should divide this by z naught. So we will be getting, sorry, here I mistake, I did not 1.8, it is 89.9. Okay, here 89.9. so this value, $89.9. Okay, so that value is 89.9, divide that by 50. So you will be getting this minus 1.8, minus 1 j 1.8, that is a reactance here, negative value reactance xc we got here. Now what is the what we have to do, we have to use a short circuit stub only. So this is a short circuit stub, but to get this value of minus j 1.5, you should find out the length, because the reactance depends on length of the line. What is the length of the line? Okay, as the length varies, the reactance varies at the input here. Okay, so for this particular value of reactance, what is this length? Okay, so to get this, what you have to do, go to the Smith chart. So we got a normalized reactance value. So here from this Okay, to get the value, this what we needed is 1.8 minus j 1.8. So at the input here, Zn, what value of Zn we needed? It is equal to minus j 1.8. So, from the short circuited point. So again, what we have to do from here, because we short stub only asked here. From here, okay, go on moving over the VSWR circle, because this is our load point. We marked load point and we have drawn VSWR circle. This is a VSWR circle. Okay, so moving from this short towards the generator. From short circuited point, move towards the generator. That means clockwise direction. You should move over the VSWR circle. From here, you move towards like this. Okay, and it is like starting from here, go on moving like this. Okay, because it is nothing but moving on the transmission line. Moving over a this is VSWR circle. Moving on VSWR circle means it is nothing but moving on the transmission line. This is a shorted stub only. We use it as a component. Transmission line using as a component. Okay, but you should find out the length of that line. What is the length of the line to get that particular value of capacitors? So you should start from here, go on moving like this until you reach minus 1.8. So we are coming like this. Okay, it is a 3 here, reactance value 5. Sorry, it is the positive values. All these are positive values of reactance. 5, 4, 3, like this upper part. Okay, but minus 1.8. See here, minus 1.8. That is in the lower part here. This part of the one. This part here. Where is it? Here is a minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 0.3, minus 0.4, minus 0.5. Similarly, this is minus 1. Okay, 1.4 and 1.6. 1.8 is here. 1.8. See, this is 1.6. This is 2. 2. This is not. This is susceptance value. 2 is the reactance value and 1.6 here. So in between 2 and 1.6 there is a 1.8. See, this is a 1.8 here. This is 1.8. This one. Okay. So 1.8 reactance circle here. Okay. So this is our VSWR circle. That means on transmission line we are moving like this. At some particular point the reactance value is 1.8 here. That means we came like this. 1.8 is here. We stopped here. We stop. Okay. After stopping, what we have to do? From here you draw a line passing to the center of the Smith chart to the wavelength scale. See, this is a wavelength. We stopped here because 1.8 minus 1.8 is here. Okay, we stopped here. Okay, afterwards what we have to do? You should measure the distance from here. Okay, from here, what is the distance up to here, up to this point? Okay, so starting from here, go on and come to here. That is actually half the cycle we cover, but do not stop. You should proceed and stop here. Okay, from again you should move up to here and stop. What is the total distance? You read. Okay, on the wavelength, this is 0. You started with a 0 value here. 0. Here we have a 0.25 and we stopped here 0.33, 0.331 maybe approximately. Exactly it is not stopped here. It is little bit away. Okay, 0.311, 0.331 we can take. This is 0.33. See this value 0.33 because our value is a 0.18 is here. It is here. We stopped here. What is the behind value? 0.33. But it's little bit away, so it is 0.331 I took. Okay, lambda. So what is the distance from here up to here? Because we have to count the length from here only and moving in the clockwise direction only. We should move in the clockwise direction. Okay, this is a value 0.331 lambda. So multiply that by wavelength value. Wavelength is 100 mm. You multiply. We will be getting 33.1 mm. So length of this line, sorry, okay, length of the length of this line equal to 33.1 mm. Okay, so like if it is a capacitance we are implementing using short stub. Okay, but if you take a length equal to this much 33.1 mm, it behaves like a capacitor. Input impedance is a capacitor here, capacitor. If it is a 33.1 mm this length, Then input impedance is a capacitance, and its value is equal to C is equal to 0.59 picofarad. 0.59 picofarad your input impedance, input capacitance. Reactance is minus 1.8. Equivalent capacitor is 0.59 picofarad. Okay, if the length is 33.1 mm. Okay, it is operating at 3 gigahertz only. You can compare with the previous problem. See, the thing is here 3 gigahertz 50 ohm line, air filled. See, like previous problem, same 50 ohm 3 gigahertz air filled. Previously, what is the length of the line? 5.7 mm. You got a 5.66 mm. See in this problem, 5.66 mm. If you take this length of the line 5.66 mm, it behaves like a inductor of 1 nanohenry. If your length is 5.66 or 5.7, if the length is 5.7, same transmission line, if the length is 5.7, it behaves like a inductor of 1 nanohenry. You can use it as an inductor of 1 nanohenry. But same transmission line, if the length is 33.1 mm, if the length is 33.1 mm, okay, it behaves like a capacitor of 0.59 picofarad. Okay, so like that the value whatever we get here depends, that capacitor or inductor value depends on this length. Based on the length or based on your value of capacitor or inductor, get the length. Okay, how to get the length? It is easy from the Smith chart. Just you start from short stub, means you should start from here and move to the whatever the reactance value you needed, up to that value you move and stop. Okay, from there you draw a line to the wavelength scale and to the center of the Smith chart. Okay, read the length, read the distance from here up to whatever the point is there. Okay, that gives the length of the stub. Like we can easily implement inductors, capacitors using transmission lines. Okay, it is not like a lumped element, as you can see. This is a piece of transmission line but behaves like a inductor or a capacitor. It is easy to implement at RF and microwave frequency, because they are planar transmission lines are there, microstrip lines. Using microstrip lines, just to take a piece of transmission line, okay, it behaves like an inductor. Instead of lumped we have to take solder and many things we have to do. It is very hard to do that lumped inductor. It's not possible. So just here is a simple some piece of transmission line, a particular length of transmission line behaves like an inductor. We can use it as a component, okay, in our circuits. Okay, so in the next sections we will see how to use transmission, how physically implement that we will see. Okay, here we are calculating a length. Okay, how to get a particular value of component values. Okay, this is about short circuited stubs. Okay, so like this you can do for any value of inductor, capacitor, you can implement using stubs. Okay, this is short circuited stub length. How to find out using a Smith chart? Because using equations, as you know, it is very tough. Sometimes if the calculator operation is problem, or that's many things are there. Instead of that, you can do this. Okay. You will see next open circuited stub. How to use? As we studied, this short circuited stub can be used to implement inductor and capacitor. See like this. It can be used to implement the capacitor. It also can be used to implement the inductor. This is inductor. It can be used to implement inductor. Same can be used to implement the capacitor also. Only depends upon the length of the line. Okay. So instead of using this short circuited stub, we can use open circuited stub also to implement the inductor and capacitor. Okay. In the next problem, we will see that how to use a open circuited stub to implement the inductor. Sorry, implement the some component here. Open stub means like this. You see here, it is open circuited here, not connected to the not connected at the end here. Okay, these two conductors are not shorted here. Okay, open circuit here. So how the open circuit stub can also be used to implement inductor as well as capacitor. Okay, again that based on the length of this line. Okay, that I already told in the earlier class. Okay, advantage of this open stub over the short circuited stub, I already discussed that while in the equation version of this. Okay, stub applications on transmission lines as a stubs. Okay, that I already discussed in the earlier class. Okay, so here using Smith chart, how to find out the length of this stub to get a particular value of capacitor or inductor. Okay, but open stub here. Open stub means only the thing is this is a transmission line again, but load value is infinity here. Load value is infinity here. Okay, so if you keep a open here, the impedance here, as you know, minus j z naught cot beta l, that is the input impedance here. Open circuited stub, you already derived that minus j z naught cot beta l, that is the input impedance of open circuited transmission lines. Okay, so input impedance depends upon the length of the line again. This length of the line decides the input impedance here. Okay, based on the length of the line, we may get a capacitor or a inductor here, or the to find out that equations are there. We have discussed already those equations. Okay, instead of that we will use now Smith chart. Okay, to design a particular capacitor here. Here the question is create an open circuited stub. See here, open circuited stub. Okay, you should be careful about this open or a short. In the previous problems it was given short circuited stub, but here open circuited stub. Okay, which acts as an equivalent capacitance of 5 picofarad, given Z0 100 ohm, filled with the effective dielectric constant of 1.65 at frequency f is equal to 2.5 gigahertz. You read the question carefully, you should read here. Okay, create a open circuited stub line which will act as an equivalent capacitance of 5 picofarad. That stub means transmission line. It is filled with effective dielectric constant of 1.65. Dielectric constant is not air. It is not filled with the air. It is not filled with air, but it is filled with the dielectric constant whose dielectric constant is 1.65. Instead of that transmission line is not air filled. Okay, it is filled with some dielectric material whose effective, actually this is a microstrip line. Okay, but it is filled with some dielectric material. Its effective permittivity is 1.65. They are given 1.65 effective permittivity. Okay, not air filled. In the previous problems here air filled, but here it is filled with a dielectric material, dielectric constant 1.65 dielectric constant. Okay, that means the effective permittivity is 1.65 at a frequency 2.5 gigahertz. Okay, implement using open circuited stub. See like this, open circuited transmission line. It is also called as stub. What is the value needed is 5 picofarad capacitor is needed. Okay, what kind of transmission line? It is a 2-conductor line, but characteristic impedance is 100 ohm. Don't take 50 ohm. Okay, in the examination don't take it as a 50 ohm, because you should see what is the value. If it is not given, you can assume. Okay, but if it is given, you should take whatever the value given. It is 100 ohm characteristic impedance, but filled with, not filled with air. It is not filled with air, but filled with some dielectric material whose effective dielectric constant is 1.65 and operating frequency 2.5 gigahertz. So you should be careful about the question. What is the question? If you simply do without seeing all these parameters, so the answer will be wrong. Okay, you should carefully read the values, given values, then start doing the problem. Okay, So you should take all these things. 2.5 gigahertz, characteristic is 100 ohm, effective permittivity is 1.65. Okay, and 5 picofarad we needed here. How to implement that? Using the open stub. Okay, for that, audible? Am I audible? Hello? Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now here first you calculate the lambda. See, in the earlier also what we did, we calculated a lambda here. Okay, in the air filled means it is C by F simply. But if some permittivity is given, you should not take lambda. It is given by lambda naught divided by square root of effective permittivity. Or epsilon effect, instead of giving effective permittivity, some permittivity is given. Whatever the value given here, you should put here. Okay, if air means it is 1, actually effective permittivity, if it will become 1 if air is there, then lambda naught, lambda equal to lambda naught, but it is given 1.65. So lambda naught divided by square root of effective permittivity gives the lambda in the transmission line. So transmission line Z0 is 100 on given, but this is filled with a material. What is the material? Its effective permittivity is 1.65. It is not filled with the air. So lambda changes here. Wavelength changes. What is the wavelength? Wavelength is given by this equation. Lambda naught divided by square root of this permittivity, whatever the permittivity given. If air it is 1, but some value is given, you should take whatever the value. So you should take that value. Okay, what is lambda naught? It is C by F, velocity in light divided by frequency. This is 12 centimeter. Okay, so divide this lambda naught by square root of effective permittivity. You will be getting lambda. Don't use this. Okay, you should calculate lambda. So it is 12 divided by 1.65, root square root of 1.65. You will be getting this value, 9.39 centimeter. Okay, the value of lambda is 9.39 centimeter. Should not take this lambda naught as a lambda, because this is needed, because we have to multiply this in the length value. Length we will be getting in terms of wavelength on the Smith chart. So you should multiply by this value, not by this value. You should be careful about that. Okay. So next, after calculating the wavelength, what is needed? We need to find the length of this line. That's all. We have to find out the length of this line. What is the length of this line? To provide this capacitor. Okay. To find out that, what you have to do, using a Smith chart, we have to find out, okay, length, this length of the line. So you should get a equivalent reactance of this, equivalent reactance. Okay, so reactance is Xe 1 by j omega c or minus j by omega c, you can write. Okay, here is a 2.5 gigahertz given frequency, 2.5 gigahertz, 10 to the power 9, and 5 picofarad, 5 into 10 to the power minus 12. Simplify this, you will be getting minus j 12.73 reactance. This is actual reactance. Okay, but to use it in Smith chart, you should divide this by characteristic impedance, normalize this. Okay, you will be getting this value. That is a, sorry, here I did a mistake. It is not 100. It is, value is correct, but I did hello, it is 100 here, because characteristic impedance is given 100. Okay, it is 100 here. 100 means divide this by 100. We will be getting 0.127. 0.127. Okay, divide this by 100, we will be getting 0.127. So normalized reactance is 0.127. To get this minus 0.127, what is the length of the line? But it is open circuit here, that you should be careful. Okay. In the earlier problem, what we did in the earlier problem, it is a short circuited line. So what we were doing, we were started from here. Okay, because it is a transmission line. Stub means it is a transmission line, a piece of transmission line. Okay, you should find out this length. Okay, open circuit stub means what is the impedance here? ZL is infinity. Okay, ZL is infinity. You should mark this load. ZL is infinity. You should mark the load and draw the VSWR circle. See like this. What is ZL equal to infinity? Where is that point? R is equal to infinity. X is equal to infinity. Okay, that is this point. This is the point. Load ZL equal to infinity point. This is infinity point. Okay, so this is a marking of a load, and the VSWR circle is this same, because the instead of here for short circuit we will be having load point here. VSWR circle is the same only. Okay, but for open circuit impedance is infinity here, infinity, that point comes here. R value 0, R value infinity means you see these circles, this is R circles. R circles are there, R circle, this is a 50 here. Go on reducing that radius of the circle, go on reduces. Okay, infinity circle coincides with your dot point. Okay, and x value here, x value go on, this is 50, reactance is minus 50, and it becomes radius 0. Okay, for infinity. So x infinity is a point, and r infinity is also a point, and they coincide here at this position. So this is a load point. Now draw the VSWR circle. So this is the VSWR circle here. Okay, so this okay, so this is our open circuit here, open circuit, and we have to move over this like transmission line. Okay, open circuited line. Mark the load here, mark the load. Okay, and draw the VSWR circle. We have drawn VSWR circle like this. This is a point here. Okay, from load what we have to do, you should move like this. From load point we mark the load and draw the VSWR. From here load, ZL equal to infinity, move over the VSWR circle. That is nothing but moving over the transmission line like this, moving over the transmission line towards the generator. Clockwise only we have to move from here. Okay, you move like this, go on moving. Reactance value changes here. As you move like this, reactance changes. Whenever, so start from here, go on moving like this on the VSWR circle. Reactance value changes. You see here, reactance values are written here. This is 0.4, sorry, 4 year, 2 year, 1.8 here. See like this, reactance value. Okay, so the reactance value changes here. Starting from here, that means starting from here you move like this clockwise direction. Whenever you find your required value of reactance, you stop. What is the required value of reactance? 0.127. That is the required value of reactance, normalized reactance. Okay, I moved here. What is the value here? 0.8. This is a reactance circle. This is reactance. What is the value here? Read the value. This is not 1.6 is not value of this reactance circle. This is 0.7. This is 0.6 reactance. It is written 0.6. Okay, 0.5. This is 0.5. 0.4. 0.3. This is 0.3. 0.2. This is 0.2 circle. 0.2 circle. 0.1 is here. You see, this is a 0.1. 0.1 reactance circle is this. Okay, 0.127. 0.127. That is little bit 0.1, and here it may be 0.2. I took this approximately. Okay, 0.127 I took here approximately. This is 0.1. One division here 0.127 means it is somewhere here. So I took here, this is a point. Okay. So sorry, this point. Okay. This is. So this is our point here. This is 0.127. Reactance value is 0.127. So what we did, we were starting from here, we go on moving like this. Okay, and we are looking at a reactance value 1.7, sorry 1.4, 1.2. This is one reactance 0.6, 0.8, 0.7. Go on reduces the value reducing here 0.5. Okay, 0.4 here, 0.3 here, 0.2, this is 1. So it is a behind next to the 0.12 here, 7. Okay, I stopped here. This is the point where we have to stop. Okay, so after stopping, what we have to do, you should find out. So what we did from here, load point, we moved like this and stopped wherever our reactance is approached this reactance value minus 0.127. Negative value, that's why we took bottom here. This is minus 0.1, minus 0.2, but same values are there upper part also. See here, this is 0.1 plus 0.1, this is plus 0.2 plus 0.3. You should not go here. So starting from 0 reactance here, 0 reactance here, if you go like this in the bottom, the values are negative reactance. So it is 0.1. So this point is minus 0.127. I stopped here. Okay, starting from load point, we stopped where we stopped here. You should move from load. This is our transmission line terminated with the infinity. So infinity load, and from there you should move like this over the transmission line. Nothing but moving on VSWR circle like this. Okay, we stopped here. Find out the distance from here to here. Okay, so you should not do from here because it is open circuit. Open circuit means from here you should do. Okay, measure the distance from here, this point started from here, load point. Okay, go on like this. Okay, how to measure the distance? Passing through this load, you draw a line. It intersect the wavelength scale somewhere. It is 0.25. 0.25. Okay, and measure from 0.25 starting point, and we moved like this. Where we ended here, 0.48 to 0.481 maybe approximately 0.481, this point. Okay, so minus this value from this value, we will be getting the value of this distance. This, what is this distance? This is 0.25 generator scale wavelength scale towards the generator 0.25. Okay, 0.481, this is a 1.481 minus this value 0.25. What we will be getting? This length from here to here. What is that? 0.231. If you take a difference of these two, 0.231, that is the distance from here to here. Earlier we were reading from here 0 in the far short circuited. That no problem, 0 value here, whatever value will be finally, that was the answer. But here we started from here. Here we should start open circuit stub. So you should read the value, distance value from here. So it is 0.25 written wavelength scale value, not 0 here. So this from here to here we want a distance, not from here. So we want a distance from here to here. So automatically this is already wavelength scale value is a 0.25. So and here is a 0.48. So you should minus this value from this value. You will be getting the what is the distance from here to here. That is 0.31, 0.231 lambda. Okay, but lambda you should multiply to get a actual value. What is the value of lambda? We did it here. Okay, lambda 9.39 centimeter. So you multiply with that, you will be getting this 2.14 centimeter. Okay, so that is the length of this transmission line, open circuited stub line. Okay, 2.14. So then input impedance is a capacitance with a value equal to 5 picofarad. So we did one. Okay, what is the length? This 2.1 centimeter, 2.14 centimeter from here to here. Okay, to get this value of capacitor, adjust the length equal to this and characteristic impedance equal to this. Then this line behaves like a capacitor of 5 picofarad at 2.5 gigahertz. Okay, so like that. So open circuited stub, only the difference is open circuited means you should find the length from here. You should start from here. You should start from here and move like this until you reach your required value of reactance. It may be positive or negative, whatever it is. Here is a negative 0.127 we needed, we stopped here. Okay, if it is some other value, for example plus 0.127, then what you have to do, you should not stop here, go further, go like this. Where is a 0.127 plus 0.127? It may be somewhere here. You should stop here instead of here. If you want a plus 0.127, minus 0.127 we needed, we stopped here because negative value of reactance is here. We stopped here and found the distance. From here you should find the distance, not from here. Okay, because it is open circuited stub. You should be careful in the examination while finding the distance of the stub. Based on the open circuit or short circuit, you should measure the distance. If it is short circuited, always you should measure the distance from here. Open circuit, you should measure the distance from here. Okay. So positive value, it may be anywhere, inductor it may be positive reactance, then it may be somewhere upper part. You should stop wherever a positive value, but you should measure the distance from here for an open circuit stub. Okay, so like this we can implement either open circuited stub or a short circuited stub to get the required value of capacitance. Okay, so that is capacitance or inductor, whatever the value, and it is easy using a Smith chart. Okay, all of you must practice these things. You should not if you start reading at the end of the semester, it's difficult. So you should every day you should do problem. You should try to regain the recall your memories, whatever you studied. Okay, and oftenly you should open videos and you should watch the videos. Otherwise it is difficult. Okay, so this is about designing the stub. Okay, you can use transmission lines to implement the inductors and capacitors. Okay, so that we studied here in whatever in the topic. Okay, you practice these problems itself in your Smith chart. Take Smith chart and try to solve these problems and verify whether you get these answers or not. I have given answer here, these values and all. Okay, you solve these problems using your Smith chart. Okay, and try to get the answers of these values. Okay, so here a short stub or open. Short stub we can use both. We can implement inductor and capacitor using the short stub, and also we can implement using open stub also. Okay, short stub means you should start moving from here. Okay, that is a short circuited point. You should go on moving like this VSWR circle, and wherever your value is, appears, you should stop there like this and measure the distance from here, this point. For the short stubs, always you should measure from here to whatever the point you get. But for open stub, what we have to do, you should start from here for the open stub and measure the distance from here for the open stubs. This is a open circuit point. Okay, that is you should remember, and also be careful in examination either whether it is a open stub or a short stub. This question, create a short stub line. The question they will mention this, whether it is a open stub or a short stub. Okay, if it is given open stub, if you do it from like this, if you measure the distance from here, then length of the line will become wrong if it is a open stub is asked. Okay, be careful about that. Okay, open stub always should start the you should start moving from here, open stub, and go on, because our load open means it is similar to the earlier load point is here. VSWR circle is this is a VSWR blue color one, this is a load point. From the load point you should move like this, from the load point you should move. Whenever you get a required value of impedance, you stop, measure that distance. It is converse approach to the previous problem. Find the input impedance at a particular distance of 0.1 lambda. I have given that in the quiz. Okay, that what we were doing, from the load we were moving 0.1 lambda and finding impedance. What is the impedance? But this is a converse. Impedance we know. What is the impedance? This impedance I need. To get this impedance, what is the length of the line? That is a converse approach. Okay, that's all. So that is we will see how to use this in our networks. Okay, capacitor and inductor, transmission line inductor and capacitor. They are also called as a distributed capacitor and inductor, because we cannot see lumped values here. Okay, they are distributed over these lines. It will look like a transmission line, it doesn't look like a capacitor or an inductor. Piece of transmission line just. Okay, they are called as a distributed capacitor and inductor instead of lumped inductor and capacitor. Okay. Okay. Hello, audible? Hello, audible? Audible or not?
No.
Audible. Okay. So, in the earlier class again we were discussing about similarly here what we did see here, to get the required value of reactance we were doing till now. What is this? Normalized reactance XC. We want normalized reactance equal to this value. What is the length of the line? We were doing so in the previous problem also. This is the reactance I needed. What is the length of the line? But not only reactance. This is reactance is the imaginary part of impedance. Is correct. Reactance. This is a reactance. Reactance is a imaginary part of the impedance. Okay. Similarly, admittance. If you take a admittance, then what is the one? Susceptance. Imaginary part is a susceptance. Okay. See here this transmission line. Input impedance is reactive in nature. Input impedance is reactive in nature like this. So short stub, for example, whatever the length of the line, impedance is imaginary like this. Real part is 0. Okay. So x value go on varies and real value is 0. Or r value is 0 and x value is equal to this. So if you move like this, so that x value changes based on the distance here. So that is the impedance here, impedance. But admittance also changes. What is admittance? Admittance is 1 over this impedance. 1 over impedance is the admittance. So as we move like this, admittance changes. Admittance value changes here. Admittance also now it has no real part. Conductance may be 0. Conductance will be 0. Only it has a susceptance value. So impedance reactance changes as you move like this. That means susceptance changes as we move like this. Okay, reactance changes means impedance changes means admittance also changes over this line. If you measure admittance, it also changes over the line, similar to the impedance. Okay, because the admittance is 1 over impedance. So as we move like this, impedance changes, reactance changes here, susceptance also changes. Okay, in the this under transmission line. So like this is if you take so this instead of r, if you take this is r is equal to sorry, z is equal to r plus r, it may be minus jx. Okay, or y is equal to G plus JB. This we studied, okay, it is admittance and see like this, R plus JX. Y is what? Admittance. Admittance is a okay, R plus real part is 0 if impedance real part is 0. In the similarly, conductance part is 0, only we will be getting this JB. So as we move like this over the transmission line, this B value changes. That depends upon the length of the line again, similar to the X. B also changes. It depends upon the length of the line, the admittance susceptance value. So we can also get a particular value of susceptance also. See, similar to this X value. So to get a particular value of X, what we were doing, we were moving like this, and wherever that X value, we will be stopping and finding the length of the line on the Smith chart. Similarly, we can get a particular value of this susceptance also. See, as we move like over the transmission line like this, starting from load, starting from short circuited point, if you move like this, B value changes here. G value 0 because the real part is always 0 on the short circuited transmission line. Okay, only B value changes. Okay, if you want a particular value of B, see like this, B changes. If you want a particular value of B, on the line we can find out at what distance that value of B appears. What is the length of the line to get that particular value of B. Okay, not only this, you can get a particular value of B by adjusting a proper length of this. Okay, so how to do that? See like this, for example, from the on the Smith chart, I want a particular value of B, susceptance value equal to minus 0.6 or okay, minus 0.8. I want a susceptance value minus 0.8. What is the length of the line? Minus 0.8, I want a susceptance value. I want, what is the length of the line? What we have to do, from the starting point, this point, you move like this. Wherever your susceptance value is there, for example, minus 0.8 I want, because upper part a negative value of susceptance, I want minus 0.8. I stop here. I stop at this position. This is minus 0.8 susceptance value. I will stop here. Then what I do, I will draw a line passing from here to this 0.8 and note down the distance from here to here. What is the distance? You take that particular length, it will give the susceptance value equal to 0.8. Okay, not only reactance, based on susceptance also you can get a particular length of the line. Okay, we will see that in the next class. How to do that. So we got now how to implement an inductor and capacitor using a open stub and a short stub. Okay, I think you should practice and watch these videos to understand things more clearly. Okay, all of you watch the videos. We cannot repeat in every class, but many of your